Good morning, all. How is it? That's what I want to know. How's everyone doing today? Uh, Give me just 1 second. I want to post this comment here. Uh, I want to give a big shout out to Brooks with Crime Lives, Lines, and Lies. I know everyone in here is already subbed to her channel, probably. But if you're not, I want you to go sub up to her. She's a great woman, a great personality, great shows. Love it. She had an incident happen this morning, though, where she's not going to be able to stream today, I don't think. So thank you, September. So I said that I would stream it. We've got the IDAHO4 thing going on today, and I'm not showing my camera because I look a hot mess. We had some storms come through last night here in Missouri, and yeah, I said nope, not today. So let me get us over there to that. It's about 8 minutes. It's going to be going on. So we're just waiting on that to start. What are y'all things like that? Y'all think he's going to waive it, or y'all think he's going to? In my opinion, okay, this obviously inject me and put me out of my misery because he is going to have a field day. I mean, boy, yeah, bro. and let me just tell y'all real quick what I found. Y'all are gonna laugh, 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 laugh. But I mean, we all need to have a good laugh now. So let me find it here. Okay, there it is. Y'all ready for this? Okay, let me stop that one there and go this one. Okay, share screen to that one right there. What y'all think of this pretty boy right here? Ain't that just some pretty sight right there? I mean, that's just beautiful, I believe. Ooh-wee. I mean, don't y'all just love it? I think he's gonna make a beautiful prison wife, a beautiful one. That's what he gets for doing that. What he did to them babies. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me get to back over here. So, well, it's got 6 minutes left on it. So, but yeah, I thought y'all might would like that, especially September. I was playing on the Chan land this morning just a little bit, and I was strolling through because I mean, yeah, some of the stuff. Oh yeah, y'all better watch out for Nightbot. They'll get you. It's Daybot now, but uh, you know what this dude did to them kids is just yeah, unbelievable. But yeah, September. I have been in the Chan land this morning, and that's about what we've got going on there with that. Oh, so just a few people asking and things like that on the 4chan, not too much. So like here it says, is the state a person? How can the state be a plaintiff if it's not a person? Is that how the rigmarole went? I forgot. Miss me some. All right, so we're going to stop that one there. Get back over here. Howdy, howdy, howdy. On Chanland, September. That's where it was. Yeah, I went to the 4chan. I did. I did it. I did it. Call me Brittany and say, oops, she did it again. So hold on, let's get over here to where we're at on this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tired today. Them storms come through. I think you put about 2.5 hours, 3 hours sleep on my Fitbit. I got me a new Fitbit, and yeah, that's September, you something else. You are. I mean, he gonna look real pretty though when he gets in prison. I have to say, he gonna look real pretty. And you can tell how he leans forward a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, you guys. This is quite a bit, and Scott County Sheriff's Department here in Missouri on behalf of her that I'm helping with Mark Fullerton. Of course, this time they sent me to the sheriff again, so I told him to contact me. I told him to get tired of hearing me because what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And it's wrong. This man needs his family needs justice for him. So, but anyway, everybody that's coming in, thank you for joining in and watching. I like it when I see numbers by that eyeball. And Johnny Cash, it probably we've got some issues with the weather and stuff here. Johnny Cash is actually asleep right now. September. He looked like you seen him. He looked like he looked horrible. He did, and he was outside when we had through here, and I haven't had no damage done to my place or anything like that. Somebody had a trampoline went missing on him or something, but he's pooped. But I imagine he is. He just got shot 2 mornings ago, so but he's resting. And I bought him a can of tuna September too from you. So anyway, just thing to start. I had seen somewhere he said the creditors really, but yeah. I got mail. But anyway, anybody ever had a Fitbit? One of them Fitbit watches? I got one. It was a $200 watch, but I'm on Medicare and Medicaid, and my supplement program I have actually gave me one for free. I love it. It tells me about my heart and everything else, and I get inconclusive ones on my ECG that it does. So I've been trying to do them around the time I'm stressed. Actually, I can actually tell what's going on in my heart. It ain't been doing too good, but I'm holding on for y'all. It's okay, son. It's fine. Hey, and this baby, it's okay. Here, I'll turn my camera on just for a second. Y'all see him. Y'all see him? Yeah, there it is. Little laid out tail. But anyway, I don't think I could sing good. Hold on. Yeah, my internet is lagging today some too. But he's out. He's laying there. You don't want to talk today, huh? He is boy. He's mama's boy. Oh, lordy, lordy. Be glad when this thing starts here. What, now you want to raise up and see everybody? Huh? Is that it? You want to say hi? You're fine. You want to say hi? Oh, you did. You said hi, didn't you? Y'all hear him? He said hi. Say hi. Hey, come here. Like Johnny, come here. Come here. You want to talk to him? Talk to him. Say good morning. Hi. Talk to him. Huh? You going back to sleep? Huh? He is the rock that keeps me going. He is indeed that. He's my world. Him's my world, and he knows it. I tell you what, yesterday when I walked out here, out back down the field and everything around area, and I couldn't find him. Oh my Lord, my heart broke, and it crushed me completely. Crushed. It's okay. Wait a. We're fixing to be streaming the court hearing. You want to hear something beside mom talk? You can't do anything until after the proceedings when the judge gives. See, I'm a little bit concerned about that September because of the fact that yeah, this is the strangest case I have ever seen in my whole entire being. The strangest. I'm not even gonna lie. This is wow. It's a wow. Yeah, ain't it, honey? It's a wow. So yeah, I won't we? We'll see in a minute, won't we, turd? If we got a rolling camper, we just take off and drive up there, wouldn't we? No, I had a camper for the mood, boy. It'd be well, yeah. But Brooks, isn't the status here the same as the prelim? Because I believe if that's the same as the prelim, then hey, we're Summer. Welcome to the stream. We're up and going up here. Good. You're okay. You're okay. All right, let me see here. What, honey? You're fine. Okay. Love you. He took off and went in there, so. Okay, so we will see here in just a moment. And I think Brian Enton and them are in there also. I do believe they are in there already. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe. Hey, Radio Gaga. Welcome, everybody. This is awesome. So awesome. I love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you. Don't need no weather. It's messing with my internet and I don't like it. I want to welcome everybody in that's coming in. Y'all are fair. You ever know. Like I said over here, I keep it real. I keep it true. You know, I yeah, it's bad. Summer, it's bad. Thank you. I have a night bot. It's a little temperamental thing, but yeah. Oh, he likes Beaver and Beaver. He gets them good. I think I give Dixon. Well, hey, Jim Bug. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just waiting on JB. Waiting on him. Johnny Cash eating in the living room and eating his food, I guess. So he might come back in here. I can tell him to the you know what? To be honest, even know how I don't have a clue. It's It's wild. I don't know how happy I am to see y'all in here. It makes me feel good. Because my goal of my channel is just to, you know, get awareness out and help people I can. Because I know how to dig on some stuff. I do. And I don't need more. Okay. Oh, well, it's not a doggy door, but the kitty door actually. And yeah, they like to. He gets out all the time. I don't have any mods in here, do I? Hold on one second. Mod for me. Hi, everybody. Welcoming in. Had to get everybody wrenched here. Wrench.
Good morning, folks. Welcome into the WFM Center, getting ready to launch our streaming coverage. I'm JB Buno here at WFLA Now in Tampa Bay, Florida, covering this morning the second court appearance for Idaho murder suspect BRYAN KOHBERGER. He will be in court for a status hearing. We will talk more about the legalities, what exactly is expected to happen, and of course, we will have the court feed for you live, but out our way will of course share here. Do so the moment that the hearing is done, we can share with you a playback of what takes place inside the courtroom. We're gonna look.
Okay. Hold on a second. Just bear with me here for a moment. Stupid weather and things like that. And go back over here and try it this way. It's starting to turn a little cool here as well. Oh, yeah.
Night, early hours, he's presented this pattern of behavior. He went back home the morning of police had been called. I think it started to unfold, and I think he not have been able to refrain from engaging with the online.
Okay, so anyway, real quick, I'm gonna mute out and we're just gonna watch this. Some of it, I mean, we've probably already heard before, but yeah, I'm gonna mute out and yeah, I'll talk to y'all in the chat.
Communities, the theories, conspiracies.
Case News Nation. Evil was watching. Also defending surviving Dylan, police say was awake and saw the killer, but didn't one for almost 8 hours.
I do know Dylan is really young, and she was probably really scared. And everyone has you in that situation.
The Gonsalveses are in the process of setting up a foundation to help keep Kaylee's memory alive. Xana Kernodle's family has set up a scholarship in her name at the University of Idaho.
Did you feel any relief, Sydney, when there was the arrest?
Yeah,
definitely a little bit. I still think there's a lot of answers that I would like. So until I get those, I think I still am going to be a little hung up on this. So just about the answers, I guess.
Sydney Gribnitz was Xana's childhood best friend. Now Sydney and her dad have started a fundraiser through their gymnastics academy in Florida to raise money for Xana's scholarship endowment.
Xana was one of our students for about 6 years. And besides that, she was also one of my daughter's best friends. So she was always at our house. Her dad was single. She would come to our house until he'd pick her up after work. So it was almost like losing another daughter. So it's been a really difficult time period for sure.
The fraternity Sigma Chi also setting up a scholarship in Ethan Chapin's name. One of these families and friends trying to turn this tragedy into some form of good. In Moscow, Idaho, I'm Bryan Enton.
WFLA Now will begin momentarily.
All right, so while we're waiting on that, I guess we can just chit chat now. I don't know, with my stupid internet being the way it is, it's just the wind is not helping none at all. So yeah. But yeah, Xana, her football jersey, yeah. Xana was beautiful. All of them were. All four of them, I call them children, I call them babies. All of them were beautiful. And it's sad. It's heartbreaking. It's not right at all. And I mean, if there was an accomplice in this, they need to get them and put them through the same hell this man's going to go through. Because it's just, there's a lot of inconsistencies, and stuff like that, I feel like, that need to be clarified. But I can understand totally if Xana was, in a state of shock. I know what it's like to go through something like that. I mean, I've been held down and cut on my face with wire snips before. So, but that's nothing compared to being brutally stabbed to death. And, trigger warning, just saying. I mean, that's what happened to these babies. They lost their life, and they shouldn't have. Honest to God, they should not have lost their life. They should still be here. Kaylee should be, on her journey to do her stuff, where she was going to take that trip and then go, to Austin and go to work, I believe it was. And then you got all these other ones. I mean, it's just not right. It's not. And it's aggravating to no end. Is what it is. Aggravating to no end. I mean, look at them. They're beautiful. It breaks my heart. Every case I get on that, I get involved in, I into, hey, just me. Welcome to the channel. I mean, it's heartbreaking. His family and stuff like that. And I mean, I can, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me one bit if his dad wasn't told by him, Dad, I want you to come back so we can just take a cross country. But anyway, I'm going to go listen and what goes on.
Live on WFLA Now, this is Hey JB. Here's JB Buno.
This morning in Idaho, murder suspect BRYAN KOHBERGER back in court a week after his extradition back to the state where he's accused of brutally murdering 4 college students at the University of Idaho. We're going to take you inside the courtroom for the lead with here live WFLA Now. Welcome into the Stream Center, folks. JB here with you live across almost all platforms. We're going to be launching live on Facebook Live momentarily once we do have the feed from Idaho. Now let's explain how this is going to work. Some know already, some don't. We do not, based on Idaho court rules, we do not have a live feed from inside the courtroom, even though cameras are permitted inside the courtroom. Different in judicial jurisdictions, different court policies. Sometimes in this with IDAHO rules, we cannot live feed out of the courtroom itself for this hearing and hearings in the future. However, it's legally allowed that the moment that the hearing is concluded, they can feed that out via satellite, via TV feed, and we can get it, of course, here in the Stream Center, and we're going to play it back as what's called an as live. So we'll take you inside the courtroom itself. The hearing is done. The hearing itself is expected to be very short. It's a standard set up a preliminary hearing, and we're following, of course, all the reporting that's being done about exactly how this is going to take shape. So BRYAN KOHBERGER and his defense team, they have a decision to make. This decision has likely already been made, of course, with the actual court appearance scheduled for 8 a.m. Pacific time there in Idaho, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, we're at Tampa, and the defense could waive their preliminary status hearing, which would forego the preliminary hearing itself. Now, if the hearing is not waived, what is going to happen is, in the weeks ahead, the two sides we're going to hear about it today, the scheduling of the preliminary hearing, where in Idaho, per Idaho court rules, we would get potential evidence being put on display inside the courtroom, witnesses coming forward, digital forensics. It could be perhaps very revealing of a date, but this is the court today to up. I want to say hi to some of the commenters joining us. Michael Lyon in our comment section saying hello. You can use hashtag HeyJB as our moderator. Michelle Widener is noting here, make sure to use hashtag HeyJB to have your comments featured. We will be going to your comments, but really important is my eyes going in this direction, because right here on this touch screen here in the Stream Center, I'm paying attention when we're actually going to get the playback of the court feed. So I'll be looking here quite a bit. The screen to my left, comments. Screen to the right is the live feed, and we are tapped into the feed itself, but it doesn't show anything at the moment because we haven't even begun the actual court hearing itself. When it concludes, they will feed it back our way, and you will be able to hear live stream. So let's go over where we are in this case. News Nation's Robert Sherman is going to be joining in just a few minutes. Great to have Robert back on stream. We will be trying to bring in additional guests as well. And as it stands right now, we'll talk more about this towards the end of the stream. Peter Tragos, the lawyer will be in here this afternoon. We plan on launching a second today to do a legal. There's so many questions to BRYAN, his defense, the prosecution, the evidence, the witnesses in this case, and exactly how this is going to take shape in the days, weeks, and months ahead. There's so many questions, and Peter is visiting us here in the Stream Center here at WFLA to help break that down. And I'll be tweeting out some more details about that in the hours ahead. So really hope that you'll be joining us for a two-stream kind of day here at WFLA. Also, we go into some of the specifics. Want to point out, if you click on the link, the description on this video, it's actually in the pinned comment. Moderators, I'll ask you guys to help us out as far as sharing out the bit.ly link. We have our featured report today, an expert on what the Idaho murder suspect BRYAN KOHBERGER wanted to see. That bit.ly link, it'll take you from fascinating observations by a expert that was interviewed for, again, our featured report. So you can click on the link. And again, as a reminder, you can always come back to the live stream. We're still at least 10, 15 minutes away from the actual feed coming in upon the conclusion of the court hearing in Moscow, Idaho. I'm going to be bringing in Robert Sherman here in just a moment. He just hopped on the Zoom call here, and he's going to be, you know what, let's bring Rob. Say hi, everybody. In Zoom, Robert joining us from, of course, still following very closely the Idaho story from Idaho students. But where are you joining us from? And good morning to you.
Good morning to you as well. Yeah, joining you from McAllen, Texas today. Just kind of in Idaho, going back there in the next couple of days, but juggling a few different assignments right now. I'm sure that you've been diving into a lot of this already on the show, so apologies as I'm just getting caught up here. But you know, it's kind of a jury's still, you know, not no pun intended, jury's still out as to, you know, what exactly we're going to be getting out of this status hearing today in Idaho. I mean, it could be pretty quick. And pretty, you know, just purely logistical, you know, in terms of what laying out what the rest of this case is, the speed trial, and be dragged out. Who knows? You know, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily expect anything crazy or groundbreaking, but then again, you never know what could possibly happen.
Very true. And of course, we're going to close attention as whenever you have cameras inside of this video here, is from the first appearance. But anytime you have cameras in the room, the accused have when it comes to speaking to their representation, their reactions, their facial reactions, oftentimes when it comes to something that the judge is talking about at that moment, even when they're asked to respond, their tone and inflection, these are it gets micro analyzed with, of course, the fact that we have so often HD video from inside these courtrooms. So yes, it is a status hearing that we're about to, actually, the time has just now become 11 Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. So if things are running on time, and I'm sure the reporters on Twitter that are inside the courtroom are going to be helping us follow along here, we're going to get, of course, some kind of correspondence and reports from outside of the courtroom as this transpires. But if this is starting on time, it's happening right now, Robert, and this would set up a preliminary hearing, potentially, provided that the defense doesn't waive their preliminary. If it's the preliminary, a whole lot more that we could be learning about this case, and we also could be getting witness testimony as well, given what transpired last week with DM against case, telling police that she saw the person clad in black wearing a mask walk right past her. The preliminary hearing could be massive.
It would be the emphasis would be on the prosecution in order to establish that there's probable cause if it goes to a preliminary hearing. And in order to do that, just about everything that you saw in that affidavit is going to have to come to the forefront. Those witnesses, you're going to have to let this evidence. And yes, there is probable cause in this case. So we'll see if they have to go through that and have to jump through those hoops, or if that process is going to be waived for here. But you know, again, you know, I mean, everybody wants some findings, right? I mean, it seems as though that's the big thing, is that there's a lot of interest surrounding this case for justice. They're hungry for these few unanswered questions that they have to be answered as soon as possible. And you've got to let the legal process take its course. I mean, as we talked about a little bit on your show last time, JB, I mean, this isn't what anyone would really describe as a slam dunk case, right? You know, I mean, you've got a piece of DNA evidence from the crime scene. You've got the car appearing on cameras around town. You've got cell phone pings going off, and then inside of the house itself. That's their go of. You know, I know that there is such an emphasis now on in the investigation finality. There is a mistake in the investigation, if evidence was gathered in an illegal fashion, it could really disrupt the integrity. So these are what we're going to be watching for. Everything has to be done very fastidiously from here on out, and we'll see what happens over the coming weeks and the coming months.
Robert Sherman joining us again. Everybody, Robert Sherman, and I want to remind that we're always engaging, constantly engaging a new digital audience here on WFLA Now, and I have to always remind our audience every few minutes that we are waiting for the replay of the courtroom feed. So if you're just joining us and you're saying, hey, where is the actual court hearing? Waiting for it to be showed, and it will be from a replay, a refeed, if you will, outside of the courtroom. So that will come our way, and the moment that it is allowed, I can hit a button here. I'll be looking here quite a bit, and we'll be able to play it back live on stream as live, if you will. Bryan Enton about to go through security into the KOHBERGER hearing. Live tweeting not allowed, but I will update when it's over and be live on News Nation. Now, they say that live tweeting is, and that's so often the case with so many court jurisdictions across the country, but every now and again, it's still very commonplace for what's happening inside of a courtroom to find its way out, or it's somebody leaving the court, passing along information. This isn't that big of a hearing for that really to happen because of how short this is going to be. Bryan might be, depending on if they're on schedule, Bryan Enton might be on the way out of the courtroom, as would other reporters be within the next several minutes, Robert. It could be that brief. And then, of course, we will have the replay of the feed itself.
Right. And I know that there are some people out there who get frustrated by the fact that we can't get a live stream from inside the courtroom or can't get live tweeting there. And I think the thing to keep in mind here is that, I mean, especially with a lot of these cases, I mean, let's remember that a gag order was put in place here in this case. One of the cases, you really have to take a few different things into account. One is sure that the defendant gets trial and the be able to go through their processes without public information swirling, interfering with the legal process. You also have to take into account, at some point, you have a right to know what happened. And they also have to take into account the First Amendment and journalism and the freedom of press. So you have to weigh all of those different factors at play here in order to navigate here. And this is the conclusion is that we're all going to be able to see what happened inside that courtroom, what is said by Bryan KOHBERGER, his counsel, what witnesses say, but it's not going to be done live. It's going to be coming in after the fact from a pool feed. So, and as you said, JB, I mean, we're living in the past here in terms of what's happening inside of that courtroom. We're going to learn after the fact. But coming could be, it's just hard to know. It's hard to be certain as to what's going to come out of this today.
The moment that it pops up, folks, we'll be playing it back. We will be, of course, muting our audio and just feed. So if that's what you're here for, you haven't missed anything, stand by to do so. Playing it live on stream. In the meantime, let's get to some of the hashtag HJB questions and comments coming in the Facebook Live, YouTube Live comment section. Nancy, hashtag HJB, can anything prevent this preliminary hearing from happening? And the answer is yes. The end is they can waive the rights of the preliminary hearing. And if they do that, I don't know what the odds are. And Robert, you can try the likelihood that they waive the preliminary hearing. I don't know if that's something that all that likely. I guess it depends on the strategy here. But I understand it, really anything is possible.
Right, exactly. And I think it's worth remembering that the status hearing that we have today was asked for by Bryan KOHBERGER's counsel. And then there's going to be a discussion today as to what the rest of this is going to look like. I mean, you said it right, JB, is that, I mean, a lot of this is legal strategy here. And, you know, I mean, legal counsel is going to do what's best for their client. And that's what they're going to advocate for. So, I mean, this could be a, nope, we're good, open and shut, you know, kind of situation here. You know, or this could be a bit more drawn out, and there could be more discussions taking place here. We kind of have to be ready for anything.
Amber, hashtag HJB, maybe a stream, and we are planning on doing another stream that is really focused on the legalities of the case on today with Peter Tragos, the lawyer you know. But would there be any way to tell how long we'd be waiting to see a trial take place if they decide to go to trial? This, well, there's two things that come into play here. One, of course, your right to a speedy trial and whether or not you're going to waive your right to a trial, but also just how backlogged in Idaho. I don't know what court docket like as far as exactly a trial would get scheduled. Robert, have you heard anything on that as far as how soon a trial could actually get underway in this case?
Well, I mean, you hit the nail on it with your first point there, JB, is that you talk that's part of what it is could
Hold on one second. Yeah, my computer, my camper shook, and yeah, I lost the thing real quick. Stupid weather. We should quit. There's
large part of what's going on today is looking at those logistics of doing exactly when is this all going to be taking place.
I'm really glad to see this comment from Scioli 700. KJB, Bryan is innocent until proven guilty. We talk so often.
I'm gonna stop this one second because I want y'all
how
to
the court
see
of public opinion
this
predictions
picture.
the moment that they have a mugshot. I mean, a mugshot comes out.
Got it on my phone, so we will see here in just a moment too. So let me show y'all this picture because Summer had said something other about him in the orange. There you go, sweetheart. There's your Can y'all hear JB talking also? I have the audio on. My audio.
And I mean, getting a conviction and getting to that beyond reasonable doubt threshold
I thought
gets
you all would like that.
more difficult. So long here, Bond has made very clear that their goal is to get a conviction, but I mean, you've got to convict the right person. The defendant is entitled to their day, and they're entitled to fair defense and the opportunity to have their voice heard.
Let's go over the key discoveries, a brief while we are waiting for this courtroom feed to come up and pop up on my screen here. Let's go over just a really brief recap, Robert, as we did the last time you and I were on stream. We did it over the course of 2.5 hours. It was interesting. We got so many comments from people saying that they the live stream time to be longer when I think it was roughly the length of the first Avatar movie. And just there's a massive appetite for information when it comes to this story. So many people are gravitating towards the details and want to ask about line 6 on page 4 or line 4 on page 6. But let's just kind of go over really quickly the recap of some of the key discoveries in the probable cause affidavit. We really knew that there were going to be several components. We knew that there was going to be, to an extent of some kind, that there was going to be some forensic element. We had, of course, there was going to be digital forensics part of it as well, and we knew, the vehicle was all going to be because it was so integral for police to actually track down Bryan KOHBERGER. The big surprise to all of us was the fact that DM, one of the surviving roommates inside of the house, saw a figure clad in black walk right past her, wearing a mask covering the nose and the mouth, and leave through the back sliding glass door. That was the big reveal of David that really nobody saw that coming.
No, nobody did. I mean, especially since the guidance that we were given since the beginning is that all of this took place in the victim's sleep. and that it was just really like like two surviving roommates woke up to see the carnage that was left behind. And now you get this information that comes out about a roommate seeing something inside a home, and the chill details and the way described is effectively being scared into not being able to in that moment. Really sheds light on how scary of a situation this was. Naturally, JB, I'm sure that everyone who is watching right now and just about everybody on Twitter is still asking the same question. Why was there that long gap between the moment in which the roommate saw the person inside of the home and then calling 911 about 7-8 hours later? And I wish that I could look into a crystal ball and I could tell you what was going on inside that one survivor's head. We cannot. It's speculated. It's assumed good for any. In likelihood that roommate is going to have to enter some testimony in case think that at some point that roommate, assuming that the roommate asked to take the stand at some point, because that is a key piece of evidence that we have here in this case. So, I mean, it stands to reason we're going to get all that information. I mean, I think that I would say is that I said this on the show last time. Let's hold off on guessing at that roommate's mindset and criticizing that person for their actions, because one, I mean, very few of us have ever been in that situation before. We don't know what we would do there, and two, we don't really know the situation surrounding that. Let's let the legal process play out here. Let's see what happens over the coming weeks, months before casting the story and what the actual facts are in this case.
Robert, I don't know if you have speak to my social accounts. There's so many messages. I lost count. Messages, especially on Instagram, comments on TikTok, trying to get a hold of me and communicate that being in that moment, how crippling the fear might have been for the surviving roommate DM. Just Dylan.
Oh, JB, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just got a message from Bryan Enton, who just got out of the courtroom, and he said that Bryan KOHBERGER was in court today in an orange T-shirt and told the court he waived his right to a speedy preliminary hearing, no bail.
Okay,
that's the guidance we've been given.
Okay, so that's a major development. Waiving to a speedy preliminary hearing. So is he waived right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Bryan KOHBERGER, preliminary hearing.
So did y'all hear that? He said he waived his prelim. So that means the ball's going to keep on going, and we going to hopefully hang his ass. Back to the news.
Has been set for June 26th at 9 a.m. Jesus. Waiving his right to a speedy preliminary hearing. My goodness. I mean, that is waiving right to a hearing is something, but that is 6 months.
That's right? 6 months. That's 6 months. And, with a preliminary hearing coming, I mean, that's when we're going to learn some more of these details and likely have some of these burning questions answered. But I mean, that's 6 months from now. That's a long time. That's a long time. And especially considering, of course, justice for the victims is always, the number one priority here. And, informing the public of what had happened, that's way down the totem pole in terms of priorities. But that is a long time for that community of Moscow to know, exactly what happened in the community. A long time for these victims, for these victims' families in order to get more information, case the legal process carry out. You got the fact that this all happened in mid-November, and we're looking at some as when this is going to be a preliminary hearing, and that's just a preliminary hearing, a long drawn-out process.
Long. I'm always first mind, always thinking about the victims. First thing that pops into my brain, and the victims' families in this regard, and to wait 6 months for a preliminary hearing. We were talking. People were asking. One of the earlier was when, you know, the beginning of the trial, actual trial process was unmanned. Just a 6 month, that catches me by surprise. Robert, does it catch you by surprise as well?
You know, I mean, it's a little bit hard to say, you know, because I mean, it's all about strategy here. You know, I mean, I think that I expected,
and not to interrupt you, this is mutually agreed upon, as I understand it. So both of these sides came to this date. You have to wonder if one of them wanted this to be 6 months. We'll find a
couple of minutes here. But I mean, as we've said before, every defendant is entitled to a right to their best defense. You know, if the public attorney and the public defense counsel who is appointed to BRYAN KOHBERGER felt so that this was the best strategy for them, they're absolutely going to advocate for it. And that's part of legal.
Everybody, we're going to spotlight some hashtag AJB comments. What do you think of the preliminary hearing? Again, the preliminary hearing where you, of course, get new evidence. You might getting for the trial in and of itself. What do you think of the preliminary hearing being scheduled for approximately 6 months from now, that being 26th in Idaho? Hold on, I'm getting an alert. Okay, stand by. All right, sorry, folks. I was just being communicated to in my ear that there will be feeds coming down here momentarily. Robert, if you can kind of take things a second as I talk with our feed folks. Lawyers need to prepare for the trial, but 6 months is too long. I think a lot of folks are saying that online at the moment.
Right. You know, and again, it's all going to come back to, you know, this process carry forward. Yeah, I understand a lot of people feeling that way here, you know, but I mean, there are, you know, last years in the legal system. I mean, it's not totally uncommon for something like this to happen. And again, you know, it's the, you know, which factor is the most important here? Because there's several that you do have to weigh here. There are a lot swiftly. I mean, that's something that has to be considered. The public has a right to know and to be informed at some point. That's something to be considered. But it's also due process. That's considered. So how do you weigh all back here? Is it how all of this is shaking out? We're learn momentarily exactly how this was arrived. The like room as the folks over there figure out, you know, the feed situation. But I mean, surely we're going to be getting more in this rather momentarily. I mean, there's just a lot to consider. There's a lot to consider in any one of these processes. And you know, as you get forward the next few months, really tough for these families in order to think of how long it would take for them to serve justice. But I mean, you look on the other hand as well. BRYAN KOHBERGER is not being offered bail, so I mean, he's going to be sitting in jail for those 6 months, you know, waiting for this case to come up as well. So I mean, there's this is going to be a long time. This is going to be long and drawn out until we get to that preliminary hearing.
We are moments away from the feed coming in. I actually tapped into a second feed that might come in first here in the Stream Center. So monitoring 2 separate feeds coming through on different technologies. The moment it's available, we're going to have it here live in the WFLA Now Stream Center. So we're going to be monitoring your comments here as we have Robert Sherman joining us from News Nation. Afterwards, we're going to be answering some questions, but some of the things that, of course, people are going to be looking for, demeanor, body language, just open conversation on how June 26th was. And now we're in. Let's listen in live from Idaho. Apologies. Not again, let me make this clear. This is coming in, but this is the court hearing that took place a short time ago. And it would appear that they are preparing to play it back, and they did play it back, and something didn't operate correctly. So You're looking here at the screen that they're using to feed that back. So quite literally, we are waiting on somebody to hit the play button. And they also might have stopped because, and this is what will happen so oftentimes with live feeds, is somebody says they're not ready or not recording. This is on also feed. And so they might have hit pause, a bit of behind the scenes as to what's going on. And now it appears that they are trying to play it back. And here it is. This was moments ago in Idaho. And again, appears some difficulties with the feed. This is going out to all stations right now. So all outlets. So if you're watching on a different live stream, you'll be seeing the same exact screen. No audio on this feed just yet. They will likely turn on audio once the court hearing begins. This was months ago. Hearing for homers.
All right, good morning. We are on the record. This is number 5, State of Idaho versus BRYAN. Mr. KOHBERGER is in custody. He is appearing here in court with his attorneys, Ms. Taylor, Mr. Logston, Mr. Thompson, Ms. Jennings, and on behalf of the state. This is the time set in the matter hearing status. So I am going to inquire of counsel. Ms. Taylor, what's the status at this time?
Thank you, Your Honor. We are going to ask the court to set preliminary out into June. We would request the 3rd or 4th week of June, and probably 4 or 5 days for preliminary hearing. KOHBERGER has his right to a timely preliminary hearing, and he's willing to waive the timeliness to allow us time to obtain discovery.
And Mr. Thompson, are you in agreement with that?
The state has reached out to us by a protection. The state's calendar would be better in the month of July, but we will make the end of June work if that's the court's preference. And I haven't had a chance to talk to Ms. Taylor about that. I'm sorry, I know that's last minute.
That's okay. The court's calendar is going to be better towards the end of June, early July. So would that work, Ms. Taylor, for your scheduling on your other matters?
Your Honor, yes. If we take that 4th week in June, that's actually best.
Okay. So Mr. KOHBERGER is speak to you for a moment. You do here that she's advised you to have or discuss with you the right that you have, which is to have your preliminary. As you recall, when I advised you of your rights, that is a probable cause hearing where the state has to establish that more likely than not, these felony offenses were committed and you were the one that committed the felony offenses. If you waive your right to a speedy preliminary hearing, It does not mean that you're giving up your right to have a preliminary hearing. It simply means that you would not be able to come back and challenge that the state did not present probable cause within 14 days. Do you understand?
Yes.
Have you had enough time to speak with Ms. Taylor about your decision to waive your right to a speedy preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Do you need any additional time to do so?
No.
I do the facts and counter complaint that was filed in December 29th of 2022 hearing and agreeing that that hearing can be held outside the 14-day period.
Yes.
And concur with his waiver.
I do, Your Honor. Thank you.
I will find your waiver of speedy preliminary hearing is knowing, intelligently, voluntarily entered here in open court with the assistance of counsel. We will go ahead and set the matter for preliminary hearing. Monday, June 20th at 9:00 a.m. And I will go ahead and reserve the week, so June 26th to June 30th, and need all 5 days for evidence. And just so council knows, it will begin at 9 a.m. each of those days. Is there anything further to address at this time in the case, Mr. Thompson?
Not from the state's perspective, Your Honor, no.
All right. Or Ms. Taylor?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Kohberger, then you will be remanded into custody on your same no bail at this point in time, pending further proceedings. Again, we'll send notice out to council, and we will be in recess for this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Now, JB Buno.
Preliminary hearing for Idaho suspect BRYAN KOHBERGER, June the 6th. KOHBERGER making his second appearance in Idaho court, answering to the murdering
Okay, y'all. So let me hush JB up for a moment here. JB is talking about. I know. I thought y'all would. I figured it'd be our pretty little after comment after picture. So they were talking about some pictures of some scratches on his face. Let me see if I can find some now here. Hold up 1 second. So what do y'all think? Y'all tell me what you think. Hold on a second. Pull y'all up here so I can see you. I mean, he's got the cuts on his face kind of look like he might have got his jaw busted, possibly. I don't know. I'm looking real quick to see if I can pull one up. Because I'm sure there will be some. I hope somebody done bust him in a jaw for real. To be honest, I hope. Okay, let me go back here. We'll just go back here too. Well, we can see it right there. Let me stop that one. Even though I know y'all like that one better, I'm sorry. Okay, so you can see the cuts. They're on his face. Right there. I don't know. I'm sure by, let's see, it's what time now? 10:36 in the morning. I'm sure by noon, the latest, we'll have those pictures viewed. I mean, that analysis right now, they're trying to figure out who hit him or how he got them cuts and this and that. It won't surprise me one bit if somebody don't say he got it from the incidents in November, but the man needs to be cut. He needs to be, yeah. Y'all know what he needs to be. So, that's that. What are your thoughts? Tell me. I don't think it's a shaving cut. Hold on a second. Let me look a little bit closer. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. I might be able to. Probably not. No, it's not going to let me. Might do it on full screen here. Hold up. Do the full screen mode. I mean, it could be a cut from shaving. It could be. Or, I mean, it could be like I said, he got bopped in his face. So, who knows? Anyway, I just wanted to get the stream, get it streamed out for y'all and stuff today. And, I just hope everybody has a good day. Keep Brooks and family incident this morning. Just keep them all in your prayers. Hopefully, our precious Brooks will be back with us tomorrow, if not today sometime. Yeah, he probably did, Pat. You're right. He probably did. Those type of people just, yeah. And what concerns me though is this: he's waving through everything. He's rushing through everything, and I mean, the state has the state has evidence against him. In cases like this. All right, Jim Bug, love you. See you later. Have a good day. In cases like this, and I mean, I could tell a little bit from the lawyer's demeanor somewhat. I mean, I might have been reading it wrong too, but it's almost like she's like, God, can we just get this over with? That's what I'm feeling like. And then you have what more Christmas hamburger? Well, the reason I was talking about Christmas is because our prosecutor, Mr. Thompson, he does resemble Santa a little bit. And then you have the prelims weighed to the next court date, which will be, there's a horse trailer out here. Next court date will be we got a troll. Bye trolley. Bye trolley. That's the first time I've had one in a while. Okay. Block. User. Why doesn't it let me block them? Okay. Can somebody block that joker if they can? Because mine's being stupid or something on me here. Hold on. Okay, y'all get him? You hit him. I need him gone. Okay. Okay. I'm loving this picture. I think I'm gonna make this picture my profile picture for Discord and on here. What y'all think? I don't know, Birdie. With this picture here, it might melt. That's gonna be the most talked about picture I bet you online today. That and his cuts. That's how he got cut right there. Yeah, that's how he got cut. Anyway, you're welcome for the stream. I don't mind to do it. I don't mind to do the lives at all. I'm still learning a lot with them. It's still learning a lot. But I do believe I am fixing to get off of here and go check on Mr. Johnny Cash and fix some lunch. I'm getting a little bit hungry. I think I'm gonna have me some. I fried up some hamburger meat with some onions in it, and take and fry it and put some barbecue sauce on it, and it's pretty good. I love it. So that's what I'm gonna fix me and Johnny Cash for lunch, and some French fried taters, and yeah, that's what's gonna be for lunch, and probably some good old sweet tea. So you ladies and guys out there, have a good day. I'll see you all in Discord, I guess. If I'll be in and out. Many of y'all know, I don't know for sure. I'm assisting a family in Missouri, which is where I'm at, not far from here, Braggadocia area, Scott County area, with a case of Mark Fullerton. He's been missing since June 2nd, 2020. There's corruption involved, there's murder involved, there's cop. Yeah, it's a big mess. So that's why I haven't really been too active in Discord a lot. I've been busy working on that, and yeah, it's been wild. Yeah, Birdie, I picked up on it real quick. It's hard for me to look at him. Yeah, I've got it right there, but it's hard for me to really actually look at his picture because of the darkness in him. But anyhow, you guys have a great and wonderful day. I'm gonna hop off of here. Like I said, I will see y'all later. Don't forget to share it out. Thank you for all who subbed up today. I appreciate it. And just stay tuned, because there's no telling what you're liable to see on here. Yes, justice for Mark. Sweet. I mean, yeah. We're going to get some answers. I called the sheriff's department earlier this morning. He didn't answer. I told him I'd be available after 1. Guess what? If I don't have a phone call by 1:30, I'm on the phone with him again. So you guys have a great day. I love y'all, and I will see y'all later. Love you, Brooks.